make a lot of noise towards potentially trying to call out force out of rotation. But nothing yet from Mousesports. They still have all 4 players towards outside.
Yeah, and Crazy also haven't pulled the trigger on B site, so they're kind of just chilling out towards box halls. Looks like it is going to be a delayed play, but now Carrigan has called for Chris J to move into position over on the B side. And he is going to light up the scoreboard with a brisk headshot delivered to Otto. Are there going to be any more to follow? He's one of the best players on the server on Overpass. A laboured trade is going to go the way of Hunter. He's going to switch across to that USP, giving him a bit more range power. But Frozen's going to keep him locked down, put him 6 foot under momentarily. Rops now has spotted Nexa behind the train as he dropped down. So that call's going to come through. Someone kill him. Finally, Woxi gets the last bullet in. He was dodging so many bullets, channeling his inner Neo.
Does take place.
And they have 3 players that are actually residing on the B side. It's going to be Rops that comes in first. Frozen's going to be coming up from behind to try and help the rest of his teammates out, but they're actually dropping. Bomb's going to get planted. It's all about the retake now. They do have a Molotov. Is it going to be the God Molotov from Upper that can cause so many problems? There are 2 smokes in play for Mousesports, so keep an eye on that. And Frozen and Carrigan are doing their best to spam up through the smoke. And Molotov wasn't even given a chance as they all peeked. Give yourself a chance at doing some real damage here early on to the CT's economy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like even a smoke, even a solid smoke could enable the players to push up towards Ivy. And I'd say Ivy and Carrigan is having comfortable time going in for the hunt. He wants that kill onto Otto, and he is so very low, but doesn't really matter, does it? Now Otto just destroys Carrigan. The trade should be coming in though. I think he is on 1 HP at the moment, and they know exactly where he is. But Vince, you were saying about Deagles.
Yeah, man, the pocket rockets, they really are just a deadly sight to behold if you give them a chance to start teeing off. There's another kill with a CZ, and Esperanto bounces back with his kill onto Rops, leaving Chris J moving through Ivy. Only knows where one of these players was spotted. Unbeknownst to him, Esperanto's actually backed off to T-spawn to pick up the bomb. And a close range is going to see Hunter come out ahead. So, look, what do we know? No smokes, no get some serious plaudits for that round. Can they return the favor, Mousesports? They got a couple of Deagles of their own. Chris J does dink. Letney down to 9. But not enough for the outright frag. Voxic now going to connect with his Deagle. Going to get plucked out on the back as a flashbang lands in his eyes. He had to retreat, couldn't see anything. And this is where Crazy should be able to fully devour the rest of Mishu when you're coming up against upgraded pistols, as they know. And that is going to be the 2-2. Frozen tried cheekily to get on the site and see if he could salvage that drop weapon. Not going to be happening.
The fact that I've all gone and opted for rifles means the utility is so sparse all across the board. You just have a few smokes. One of the smokes has been neutralized as Carrigan has got his head plucked clean off his shoulders. And now, with a 5v4, you can see the pace being set here by Crazy. They're pushing into Hunter, but he'll be found by Frozen, as Letney will get a trade, but Woxi is there to reply back.
Yeah, I mean, you finally got a buy, you got 2 AWPs, and you're getting picked off that early on. I will say, credit to Crazy for going for an aggressive play like that. Chris J misses point-blank range. His life is forfeit, as will be the round. Crazy now takes the lead after being 2-0.
Invested so much in his rifle means they did not have any Molotovs to toss in towards teammate or Pop Dog that allowed Crazy an easy entrance towards that outer bomb side. As Chris J does get a trade in, but Otto is making that AWP sing out loud and proud. 3 kills for him, and it's all on Carrigan. And 1v3 does find Hunter, but that's all he'll find as Otto picks up a nice little quad kill.
He is an entry fragger extraordinaire. He only gets 2 kills in quick succession. Wasn't far off the 1-tap on Ivy. It's going to make short work of Voxic. Here come the Molotovs onto the site, forcing the CTs away, plus flashbangs. One has to retreat into connector. The smoke is thick and it's in the eyes of the CTs, and they're hemorrhaging kills. It's only Frozen that's going to stand his ground, but just
given to be an entry and kind of like an aggro lurk as well. Gets the opening shine, and that's when you can kind of see the holes in his lineup, right? They're not a super highly tactical team. They have very deep map pool and whatnot. They have some very good comms, but when the players don't really shine, it's like, what do they do now? That means the rest of the other teammates have to really, really step up. But how much more can you step up? Like, you can't expect Carrigan to perform like a Woxic does, for example. Nothing against Carrigan, but Woxic's a whole different beast altogether, right? So I think that
going wrong and figure out what the remedy is for this poison that's coursing through their CT side of train, then yeah, I mean, why would Crazy not keep pushing it? They made and holding on to this site.
Can you see how aggressive Hunter is already with a minute? I think it was there at Sandwich or at all off at minute and 40 on the clock. Flashbang from Carrigan. He's aware of Hunter's presence, but he's still not able to win the duel. Hunter finds the kill, but a quick trade does come in from Carrigan, making sure that his team does have the man advantage. It's Woxi. We take his name is finally starts to break up through. He's going to get a kill onto Esperanto. Was trying to be cheeky walking up from the smoke. And it's going to leave the final player left alone. It's going to be Otto. He's got AWP. But Chris J is going to make quick
hint that he was about to be pushed in. Hunter. I don't think that Molotov's going to spread to him. I think he's a little bit too deep. But Frozen's going to check the angle anyway. Just being careful. Checking those corners. And Mousesports have another advantage here, but can they take it forward? It does seem that Crazy have given up A for the time being. Esperanto out by himself. No flashbangs before, but Rops is up to the task.
And this is much, much better from Mousesports. Frozen. Perfect timing on the peak. Chris J is going to help him out, and Otto gets a tag on the Chris J, but Chris J will win the duel. Frozen ready and waiting, and it is Mr. Woxi. Got the AWP and it's going to make it. We have a player making the way towards teammates. 2 coming out pop, 1 coming out from teammate, while Hunter's going to try and sell something. He's just rattled off a couple of bullets as he's going to join his teammates towards outer. It just might work on out, because now there's 1 player remaining towards the outer bomb site. It is going to be Carrigan with the AUG. He finds one, but he's going to be smoked off, and it's going to be pushing in. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Yes, he is indeed. He finds a kill. He actually drops the bomb. They've won the round. That's a round done and dusted, as Woxi even picks up 1 more frag on the auto, but Carrigan again doesn't really find anyone. It's Crazy haven't really been pressurizing this IV area that much. But in the meantime, Letney finding 1 kill onto Chris J, but a quick trade does come in. But in a 4v4, especially in a map like Train, it will definitely favor the CTs. Oh, I love that Molotov from Carrigan. He's going to push out Esperanto. Is being taken down to 41 HP, but that smoke's going to be his savior. Carrigan is being quite adventurous, Vince. I'm not too sure about this. And look at Esperanto. He times it perfectly. Peeks on out, finds a kill, but Frozen replies back with a quick double.
His back and move away. And then, of course, Esperanto just pushes out and wrecks him in the back. Meanwhile, though, Woxi with the AWP. He's going to get some impact in this round. Try and pick up from where Frozen left off with his 3 hugely impactful frags. 10 seconds to go again. Otto's a dead man. There's no 2 ways about it. He's going to get peeked by Woxi, who was hiding. Such a bad position with the AWP against pistols. How is he still alive? Finally goes down. There's a kind of angle that you put yourself into a corner if you miss. And now Otto with a brisk headshot with the deagle. Mousesports looking for some reprieve. They're looking for somebody to try and take control, take the reins of this round, but Rops and Carrigan both low. Frozen's the flanker. There's the first. The AWP's gone sprawling out with Esperanto's life, and it's looking like they may be able to salvage this.
So let's say a Hunter or any one of these other autos could have potentially worked out for Crazy. So a little unfortunate there, as Carrigan will find Hunter. And Crazy, what are they going to do? They don't have much utility. They have that 1 solitary smoke in the hands of Nexa, but they have a lot of Molotovs, and that smoke's going to be used, and Frozen through the smoke. Doesn't need any vision whatsoever. He finds Nexa, is looking for more. Spots out ahead of Otto. Snipes him with an M4, looking for more as he's going for the 4th kill, and of course he's going to get a tail of 2 streaks, right? 6-0 Crazy, 6-0 for Mousesports, and then the inner hit, but the trap has been sprung. Esperanto just finds 1 kill. But trades will go the way of Mousesports. I say that as Letney does find Frozen, so that's the auto bomb set almost compromised. However, Mr. Captain, Mr. Carrigan, is still very much alive and floating around. He's gathering information. He spots out 1 player, and it's gonna be Nexa falling, looking for more, gets a 2nd kill, and now it's all in Letney in a 1v2.
Well, you said Mr. Captain, but it's actually Mr. Mousesports that gets grenade, though. Could do a chunk of damage. Actually doesn't. Must have just cut off the cusp of the little angle up the ramp, and meanwhile, Nexa is going to go in for 2. Molotov frag onto Otto. Esperanto going to chip in with kills. There's a 2nd one for him, and it falls upon the man in question. Frozen. He's got 1 so far. He's going to have to stack up 3 more kills. He's going to have to quadruple his kill count. He's being aggressed on from multiple angles. If he's not careful, he's going to get plucked out from above, and that's going to be Hunter.
They survived this buy from Mousesports. They didn't get the bomb down, but they've invested fully into this one. It's going to be Carrigan who's going to hit the ground first. Dropping down towards Pop Dog as Frozen, however, gets the trade. That being said, he is down to 4 HP. So equal trade so far. Oh, I like this push from Esperanto, though. He's pushing pretty deep, and does he have only a USB to work with? Yes, he does.
Oh no, crazy! Oh no, not like this.
Uh-oh.
It's the Deagles again. It's the tail of the Deagles. It's Chris J that is blitzing through heads left and right. Voxi knows where Nexter is, living on borrowed time, and Mousesports do it
Work out
again.
here, Vince.
Another failed smoke. What is this? What's going on? That's actually hurt the T's pretty hard, but they're still going to push through anyway. They know the crazy are ripe for the taking. That spray control from Frozen is disgusting with 2 kills. And there's the last one to
They
be.
needed to win this round to kind of close this one out. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? It is still CD side train, right? You're still talking about Otto and Letney, 2 guys who have been looking so great so far. Esperanto as well, as it is going to be up. Play towards outer. 2 players ready and waiting, but even though Woxi falls, Carrigan is there to trade. And Hunter is going to be the last player left alive in a 1v3, as that USP is doing a lot of damage onto Mousesports. But that should be it. That should be it. I don't see him getting more kills with that USP, and indeed Chris J will finally drop him. But for a moment there, Vince. Rob spots out the shadow of Nexa. He's going to walking on up. He's coming around the corner, and he catch Nexa. Does a bit of damage. Will the trade come in is the question, as Carrigan does manage to get the trade. The pacing was a little bit off, but it does work out for Mousesports, and that's in a bomb site. Again, compromised here, Vince, and Otto is waiting patiently, but hold on to the thought. Esperanto is going to strike from behind. It finds 2 kills. Letney's going to chime in with 1, and it's going to be all on Chris J, left alone in a 1v4. There's nothing much he can do. He will be found by Letney, and that is
Dreamhackmasters Malmö. That's what they're playing for right now. A lot of the utility's been expended, though, but there is only 30 seconds left, so the T's are still going to move on. Carrigan entering again. Hunter's head taken off. They still got to go across to the site, and it's a bit slow. Mousesports now coming down into Pop Dog. This is going to be potentially playing into the hands of Letney. His position could be so vitally important, but there's 2 players that drop in. Quick succession. And that's enough to get the kill. 10 seconds to go. Enough time for the plant, and both of Crazy players
essentially put up a buy, a semi-buy, so to speak, if they're able to save both the guns. But you can see Mousesports are already on the hunt, are they? No, Carrigan's going to drop, and that's going to be the other 3 players holding on to their guns. So Mousesports 13-8, 3 rounds separating them from that potential, that final berth. And for Crazy,
Sports, 35 seconds to go. They're giving enough time now for these 2 players in Ivy to really sell this fake. Now the push comes in, but Nexa hasn't budged an inch. He's got Otto just behind him, watching long range with the AWP. This first entry is so vitally important, and it's going to go to Hunter and Otto. Down falls Carrigan. He's got the bomb. Otto's missed a big shot, though. Is that grenade going to claim the frag? Not quite. Not enough to stop the bomb from being planted. And now the onus, the pressure is on Mousesports to push the side. This is where, even in a 3v4, with 2 Molotovs in play, they can try and lock down a couple of these angles and play to Mousesports' effectiveness. With the AK-47 ripping through Letney, there's not much HP remaining either on Hunter, who's now been AWP down, and this round is looking great for Mousesports. The fake doesn't quite pay off, but the frags do, and they're only 2
like doing towards that outer bomb site. But I really don't see Mousesports losing this one unless they completely, utterly crap the bed. And I say that, and Robson throws the 1-2 wombo combo, and Robson will pick up a triple for himself. 15-8 map and match point for Mousesports.
It's hard to see how Crazy pull this off, and it's Nexa. He's going to try and take the initiative. He's going to try and make a play happen out of thin air. The smoke is certainly in his favor, but a 1-for-1 trade probably isn't going to be good enough for his teammates. It spreads them thinly, and again, I go back to that point I raised earlier. There's no kit. If the bomb gets planted, they're in real trouble. And they're going to expend a lot of their utility just trying to stop the ramp push. And unfortunately, Mousesports were never interested in this. They're going to be pushing in slowly, so those grenades had 0 impact. No effectiveness at all.
I think it was all about mind games, right? We had the player, we had Nexa push in, and Mousesports really thought there was another CT waiting for them. In fact, it was him all alone. So if Mousesports had gone for the fast play, that inner bomb site was theirs for the taking. But a lot of mind games being played over here. But in the meantime, 4v4, a lot of utility remaining for Mousesports. 3 players gathered towards Brown Halls. We have 1 guy that's floating towards Ivy. And for Crazy, man, this is rough, dude. 1 smoke in the hands of Otto and 3 flashbangs. Otto's going to use his final smoke to try and prevent them from pushing in, but the flames, the Molotovs just raining in towards the inner bomb site. But no, Mousesports going to be patient about this. They're drawing the extra utility, and Carrigan waiting patiently. He finds Esperanto on the lurk, and that's going to be the call for them to make their way towards outer bomb site, because there is a flank as well. Chris J pushing up from Ivy, and I don't think the player on that bomb train is going to be expecting him.
Man, Esperanto's probably just punched a hole in his wall right there, because he was having the perfect flank. He waited, he bided his time, and then someone just spins around 180 and takes his head off. Like the spidey senses were tingling, they felt vulnerable. 10 seconds to go, smoke deployed, 2-on-2 with Letney on 23 HP, and both the CTs playing over on the Ivy side. Now going to be making a move through towards the bomb. It's the up going in first. This is where the barrel of the gun could really mess you up. But fortunately for him, no one was close for the terrorists. One's pushed through connector, leaving Carrigan alone for the time being. It's actually the long con. Chris J's going all the way around the back. He's wrapping in behind the 2 of them. And now it's Carrigan's turn to show his hand. Letney has dealt with the Chris J threat. The HP, though, is going to favor Carrigan. He's missed his chance, but is it going to cost him dearly? No, there's no kit anyway. This is done. Mousesports are going to take it 2-1 with Carrigan